Grab your magnifying glass and join the detective on a spooky adventure to a supposedly haunted island. A sloth has been haunted there for 2 weeks on end, and he has called you in for help. Can you solve the mystery? Frog Detective is like a cute story told through small fetch quests to solve the greater mystery. It's an adorable little game that doesn't require much brain power. As multiple reviews have stated before, play this for the frog, not for the detective part. The dialogue is very silly and on the nose, dry humor at its finest. It was very fun reading through the interactions between the detective and the other animals. I think my favorite character is the duck. This brings me to the one thing I would have loved to see added to the game: voice lines. If the game had been voiced, I think it would have been an even cozier experience. However, the music is incredible, just like the art, so it's not too big of a problem. Just personal preference. The only real choice you have to make is all the way at the end of the game, and it doesn't really affect anything. Frog Detective is a short, cute visual novel with a fetch quest attached. It was a great 45 minutes, and this definitely gets a glowing recommendation from me. Sojourn Past has surprised me in the most positive way one could imagine. I was not expecting to be pulled into this indie game based on games like Hyper Light Drifter, Grease, and Enter the Gungeon, so I went in with neutral expectations and watched the demo unfold. It caught me by surprise. The world is absolutely stunning, the pixel art is perfect, it's moody, sets the tone very well for the story, and is paired with an amazing soundtrack. The world is inviting and very fun to explore. The combat takes a little getting used to, but feels very good. Overall, I just don't have anything negative to say about what this demo offers. It is now one of my most anticipated releases, and I want to make a more in-depth video about this very soon. You are the Hyper Light Drifter, hoping to find a cure for your vicious illness and seeking to destroy the crystal that is poisoning this world. How much will you need to sacrifice in order to stop yourself and the world from dying? Hyper Light Drifter was one of those games I wasn't sure I would enjoy. The bright color palette made me fear it would trigger my migraines, and I've heard from friends that the game is very difficult. I'm happy to report I did not get any migraines playing this on my first playthrough, and while the game is definitely difficult, it is not I want to throw my controller at the wall difficult. The story of Hyper Light Drifter is very vague and hard to piece together. I did enjoy it though, and I loved finding all of the titans around the world. The one thing I majorly disliked about this game is that its cutscenes are literally ear-deafening. Like, you have your volume all the way on the lowest setting and you have to take off your headphones because otherwise you'll go deaf, kind of deafening. It's a very high-pitched screeching that won't stop for the entirety of the cutscene and gets louder throughout it. Keep that in mind if you like to keep your hearing. Other than that, I think Hyper Light Drifter is very enjoyable and worth picking up. There's still a bunch for me to do after playing through the game once, and I might go back and do some of those tasks. In conclusion, Hyper Light Drifter is a very beautiful but difficult game. Be mindful of the cutscene volume. The story is vague but enjoyable, and I absolutely do recommend this game. As an avid enjoyer of the first two Monument Valley games, I was very excited when the third game got announced on Steam. The demo that got added in the Steam Next Fest is very enjoyable, and it gives me good hope that the full game will be a great addition to the series. It's another geometric puzzle game, this time following the journey of Nor. It's very pretty, I love the color palettes, and I'm glad to see that our tower friend has returned. In Monument Valley 3, our friend can turn into a boat as well, It's very awesome, and I think it's a great addition. I cannot wait to play the full game later this year. Sizeable is one of those cozy puzzle games you play one evening and get so immersed you finish the whole thing, including the secret levels, in one sitting. The main game has 39 levels, counting all of the free content updates, and there's another 10 secret levels you can unlock after completing the main game. These secret levels all have a twist to them, like the black hole level or the ice golf level. Another fun thing is that each main level has a turtle to collect. There's also some seasonal or holiday levels, which are tied to a bunch of the achievements in the game. Worry not, you can also complete these outside of the holiday seasons. Simply find the 3 hidden turtles on the world level screens, the panoramas, after completing the main game, and you'll be able to scroll through them on the homepage. I love that they made it possible to complete these levels outside of the holiday seasons, as I definitely would have forgotten to play during those times otherwise. Great decision. The puzzle mechanics are interesting, and it took me a little bit of time to get used to, but once it all falls into place, it's a great experience. You can resize objects in order to move them or reveal previously hidden things. You can change the weather by resizing clouds and changing seasons by resizing the sun. It's a very clever way of puzzling that provides innovative gameplay. I really enjoyed my time with Sizeable. Including every single level there is in the game, it took me around 3 hours to complete everything. It's great for a cozy night at home when you just want to sit back, relax, and creatively puzzle your night away. Continue our friend's adventure and head over to Warlock Woods to solve the case of the Invisible Wizard. The supervisor has appointed you, the second best detective, to crack the mystery. The game starts off basically right after the first one, right after solving the Haunted Island mystery. Firstly, you have an interaction with Lobster Cop, who forces you to get a notebook because all real detectives write their thoughts in a notebook. What I love about this is that you can customize the notebook with some stickers to really make it your own. It was a lot of fun. The story itself is, in my opinion, better than Haunted Island, so it's a very worthwhile sequel. It is more item fetch quests, and you have to look around the map to find the lost pies. Play this once again for the frog and not for the detective part. See it as an adorable short visual novel. The silly dialogue and dry humor show up again here as well, which makes the whole experience very enjoyable. The soundtrack is great too, and the art is still just as cute. There are a few missable achievements this time, but what I like the most is that there's actually 2 different endings in this game. It doesn't change too much, but it does change the dialogue. If you want to get both of the endings without replaying the whole game, you can hold Shift, L, and 4. Just keep in mind choosing a starting point in the chapter select will overwrite your previous save. In short, I loved the Frog Detective sequel. The case of the Invisible Wizard was very enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to playing the final game in the trilogy. Definitely pick this up. You were on your way to a nice climbing holiday destination when something horrible happened. Your plane crashed. Thanks, no thanks, pilot. Now we're stuck on this random island with no way out except for up the mountain. Dust off your Nature Scout knowledge and let's get going. Peak is a very enjoyable co-op climbing game consisting of 5 levels across 4 biomes you need to travel through in order to reach the peak and escape the island. The gameplay is simple. Climb the walls, keep an eye on your stamina, eat food or you'll starve, and don't fall. Gather scout badges to fill your sash and show off to your friends how great of a nature scout you are. Each biome brings a different hazard with it, like the poisonous spikes inshore and the bouncy shrubs in tropics. You'll need to learn what to avoid and what can be useful, especially when it comes to food. Resources are limited, and with the fog rising you cannot take forever. The suitcases from the crashed airplane can aid you on your journey. They will either give you food, healing items, or traversal tools. Make sure to let your inner loot goblin run loose and open as many of these as you can. At the top of each biome, there will be a campfire with some nice marshmallows you can cook. It's like a little safe space. Speaking of cooking, you should definitely utilize that fire and cook as much food on there as you can. Trust me, it's very worthwhile. There's also a scout statue, which will either revive fallen friends or do something mysterious if all of you are still alive. And now with the Mesa update, you can also burn to death in a desert. Isn't that just amazing? Now that we've talked about the good, it's time to talk about the not so great. First of all, if you are prone to motion sickness or get dizzy and nauseous from VR games, you might not be able to play this game. It definitely got to me a little bit. Secondly, I need to talk about the bugs. One glaring issue that I've encountered many times is that your character will refuse to hold onto walls occasionally. Sometimes you will just glitch through the walls. Sometimes, especially in multiplayer, you'll be far, far away from a poisonous or bouncy shrub, yet it activates for no reason whatsoever because the game glitches out. Sometimes you will take fall damage for literally no reason when you're walking on a horizontal piece of land. It's a bit of a buggy mess right now, even though the developers are actively working on this at the moment. Thirdly, I need to mention the lag and disconnection issues. The whole game lags if I play with people that live a bit further away from me, and will ruin the experience not just for me, but also for the people I'm playing with. It affects both sides. I will randomly disconnect during these lag episodes, and I either have to wait until my friends are at the top of the mountain to re-invite me, or we have to start over. Sometimes backpacks will just randomly disappear from either the floor or off our backs while the game lags. It's genuinely the worst thing in the game right now. Despite the glaring issues the game currently has, I do recommend the game. It is a lot of fun to play with friends when it works. Starting off, I just want to say that Mary's acting at the start was impeccable and she should receive whatever awards they give away at Hollywood. Perfect reenaction of what went down at the end of Frog Detective 2. What I loved the most about the Frog Detective games while playing through the games is how self-aware it is. It even sneakily mentions all three games directly in this game. The humor is centered around the low-key fourth wall breaking aspects, as well as the awfully bad puns and dry humor we're used to from the first two games. It's just great overall. The story itself ties everything together nicely, connecting all three games in an unexpected yet also kind of anticipated way that is very satisfying to watch unfold. You get your notebook from the second game back, somehow with the exact same sticker placements, which I thought was a very neat detail. While Frog Detective 3 mostly consists of the good old fetch quest formula, this time we do actually have to look around for and find some specific items outside of the fetch quest line in order to actually finish the story. It's refreshing. Play this once again for the frog, and I guess also the monkey, not for the detective part. The soundtrack and art are once again lovely. There are 3 missable achievements in this game with just one ending. There's a nice guide that can tell you when to get these missable achievements if you don't want to play through the game multiple times, and I think there's also a way to reach the chapter select. Frog Detective Corruption at Cowboy County was a lovely end to the Frog Detective trilogy. As witty as ever, this game series does not level our friend up to the #1 detective, but keeps us as second best, and that's okay. I highly recommend the entire mystery to anyone. Please pick up these games and play through them. They are great. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so happy to be back from holiday and start making videos again. I cannot wait to put out more fun things for you guys, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.